Curbside Podcast. It's Andrew here with another quarantine video with the Evo. We just finished recording a Curbside Podcast. It's Andrew here with another quarantine video. We just finished recording an episode of the podcast, I think is week 34, where we talk about troubles that we've had in the past with working on cars and stuff like that. But anyways, wanted to make a quick video of the Evo. I have these bike racks that I bought a while ago. Didn't really tell anybody or post it on Instagram or anything like that, but I wanted to put them on today just to see what it would look like and show you guys how to do it in case you are wondering how to install bike racks on your Evo 10. I also wanted to give a quick walk around of the Evo. Obviously, a couple things here are new that I didn't bother recording, to be honest, but I'll give you a quick walk around of what the Evo looks like now. Starting with the front here, a couple things that I didn't mention doing. I did black out the front Mitsubishi badge and I did yellow out the fog lights. Saw the front lip install. Still holding on pretty well. Haven't been destroyed yet, unfortunately. I don't mind it too much, especially now with the wheels on. Looks less overly aggressive, I guess, if that works, if that makes any sense. I did black out this vent pretty much as soon as I got the car. Didn't record that either. But overall, I'm really liking how the front end of this car looks. Moving on to the side here. Hopefully you saw the wheel install video. If not, click the link up here in this corner and you can go watch that. It was definitely it was a good one. Really liking these. I made these spoke decals by myself with some regular vinyl. A little bit of trial and error getting the shape perfectly right and all that, but I did hand cut those by myself. I think it looks pretty good. Just added a little bit of a personal flair to it. I didn't want to rice it up too much and make it like a very fake TE37, so I just left it blank. Just adds a little bit of color to the wheel. Moving to the side now. Nothing new. Added this meme sticker right here. Gotta go fast. Little Sonic the Hedgehog. There's the side of the car with the OEM window visors. Moving to the back, here's something that none of you have seen yet. Picked up this Evo 10 GSR trunk and wing combo. I think when was that? This Tuesday? Yeah, this last Tuesday. Picked it up from another Evo 10 guy over in Daly City. Installed it immediately. Told Jeffrey, I'm sorry, I can't wait. I have to put this on now. And I'm loving the way it looks. I think the car finally looks like a real Evo now. I did order a little MR badge to put down there just to stay true to the MR gang. But yeah, here's the booty. I'm gonna just walk around the car one last time. You guys can get a good look at everything. Sorry, the car's kind of stuck in the garage right now, but I can give you guys a more thorough walk around in the future if you would like. Oops. There it is, Evo Mendez, as I've named her. But anyways, yeah, that was a quick walk around of the car. I'll try to get better shots if I can get the car out of the garage. But to the main point of this video, we'll be installing these Yakima roof racks onto the Evo. These I bought off of Craigslist and Facebook, kind of pieced it all together. All together was around only like $200, which is really good. Those crossbars, brand new, are about $200-300 alone. So able to piece all this together. Pretty happy with it. I can now load up my road bike on here and my girlfriend's bike on here when we want to go for a ride. So let's get to installing it. First step, we're going to want to put on these crossbars on the towers themselves. You can see there's a sticker that shows you this is the front one and that is the rear one. So we'll start with the front. You open up the door and you'll actually see that Mitsubishi left an indent here to let you know where to clamp those towers. So that's super helpful. Let's go ahead and mock it up on the roof and then slowly finesse our way and then set them in place. Oh. Probably a good idea to open both doors first. Also a good idea to unlock all the doors before you try to open all the doors. Alright, so got your front crossbars. You want to make sure these pads are pretty clean because they do rest on top of this over here, so you don't want to scratch it up too bad. And a nice air brake. So what I do is I kind of generally line this clamp onto roughly where it's supposed to be. You want to make sure these are nice and loose so that you can adjust them around. Try to get these pads as evenly spaced on both sides as possible. This one, I remember it probably sits right over that lip just a little bit, but we'll set this here first. Make sure this clamp is lined up in the middle of this indent, somewhere right there. Yeah, that should be pretty good. Go ahead and close that one for now, and then we'll move on to the other side. So over on this side, you'll see that the pad is sticking off a lot more off of the body. Well, it's kind of bright. I don't know if you can see that. Okay. Nope. There. You can see that the pad is hanging off a little bit. It's okay, because once you clamp this down, it should pull everything towards this way, and it should be pretty even. Just make sure that your bracket is sitting, or the clamp is sitting in the middle of that indent best as you can. It's always interesting trying to fit this like the first time, just because I don't know, it's like not set properly, but once you get this and you do it a couple times, it's not too bad. Here you'll see pad's still sticking off, so we might go over to the other side and push it this way a little bit, just like maybe an eighth of an inch, 1/16 of an inch, just slightly off center. So I think we managed to match it on the driver's side as well. Slightly, this one's a little more center, we can adjust that better, but up here it's hanging off about the same. Give a little wiggle test. It's pretty sturdy on there. If you are worried about it, you can actually use this little knob, just tighten it, and that will give you a stronger clamp. But I think in our case, it should be all right. I'm pretty happy with where this is now. I'm just gonna push this fairing down so it doesn't look like an air brake anymore. If you buy used, always make sure that the conditions of these pads are decent. When I bought mine, the foam pads were totally destroyed, so I went Home Depot and I bought some felt pads and stuck them on there to protect the roof. Now at this point you can close the door, easy. Sweet, that looks pretty good. Let's move on to the rear crossbars. For the rear crossbars, same idea. Just get the clamps on there and then just go ahead and clamp them down. Again, remember, you can use these, if your car is wider or whatever, you can use this little knob right here to adjust how far or how close these clamps will go once you close this top hat down. You just gotta kind of play around with it. You'll figure out what works best for your car, and then you won't really have to change it around that much once you've kind of set it. So I'll go ahead and put this on as well. Okay. All right, after just a little wiggling around and adjusting here and there, got this one sitting right at the edge of that lip, and that clamp is pretty centered into that indent. You can see that right there. And on this side, we have the same deal going on. So that is right at the edge right there, and that is centered. So go ahead and close that, and just like that, your roof bars are done. I think it looks pretty good. It's like a sporty, outdoorsy feel to your car. Always lock your roof bars, because these are pretty easily stealable. So like, let's say you forget to lock your door, someone can just flip this thing open and take it. So make sure to always lock it. If you buy used, make sure to ask the seller if they have the key, the matching key. If not, get your thing relocked, or just get the right key for it. Next up, we're gonna put on these Yakima bike racks. These, I believe, are called the Viper style bike racks, just because it looks like a little snake head out front, and you know, whatever, looks like a Viper. Flip this over. This latch opens for you to put into the front crossbar, and then back there you have these simple little loopy things to put over the rear. So super simple. I will show you the locking mechanism once it is on. So how you do it, if you have the Viper, you flip open the red tab. Underneath there's this little metal thing that you can push right here. I just push it back and that opens, and you can slide it over your crossbar. So once you have the front on, that's nice and clamped, you just push the bottom metal ring on, it locks in, and then you push the red tab down to secure it down. And that's not going anywhere. Next, we'll move to the back. You use this little ring thing. You want to, let's see, how do we do this? Yeah, so you want to loop it like this, like this, like this, like this. Okay. You want to loop it so that your hole is towards the back, and on the bike rack you will see that you have this all thread right here. All you gotta do is put this all thread through the hole. If it feels like cooperating, oh, there you go, like that, and then just get your lock nut, or whatever you want to call it, just thread it on. While you're doing this, before you secure everything down, make sure you have your bike rack where you want it, like on horizontally on the bike rack. Let's say you want it closer, you want it in the middle, or you want to put two on, you want to evenly space them. Figure that out before you lock everything down. All right, super easy. Done. First time you put them on, bit of a learning curve, but once you figure it out, super easy. There you go. Let me know if you have any questions on these. Pretty straightforward, as you can see. These Viper racks, I love them a lot. They're sleek. They don't look too bulky, but I think it add a little bit of sauce on the car. That's it for the video. Let me know if you have any questions. Craigslist, honestly, or Facebook marketplaces are your best friend for piecing stuff together like this. Jeffrey calls me the king of steals and deals, but it's just consistently browsing the markets every single day. See if anything new pops up. If something does, throw them an offer. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Like down below, enter our giveaway. And yeah, be safe, wash your hands, wear a mask. Peace.